This is the MC Reggie Fresh Morning Show. A station that pays.
This is MC Reggie Fresh from the MC Reggie Fresh Morning Show. And folks, guess who's in the building? She was born in Huntsville, Alabama. She went to Sparkman High School in Harvest, Alabama. She went to the College of Alabama A&M, the college of the legendary Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver John Stallworth. She's an event planner, and she's also the author of the book She Didn't Quit Though. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Miss Tiffany Draper. What's going on, Miss Tiffany?
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful. All I want to know is, I want you to tell me about that book you got and how special it is to you, and let the world know your story.
Okay. Well, the name of the book is But She Didn't Quit Though. And I started, thinking about the idea of writing the book about 2 years ago. And I just could never really kind of get the words together, and things were happening. And one day I sat down at my computer and I just started writing, started typing.
Right.
And I wrote this book in 3 days.
3 days? Wow.
In 3 days. I wrote the book in 3 days.
Okay, well, let me ask you this, though. What gave you the reason to write the book? What was your reason to write it? I mean, what made you want to write it?
Well, the reason why I wanted to sit down and write the book is because I've always kind of lived by the phrase that you cannot heal what you don't reveal. And so I had been dealing with some things in my life, and I needed to kind of get those things out, or I was going to continue to walk around with baggage. So me putting my feelings and my personal thoughts on paper is what made me say, you know what, I'm going to heal from the things that hurt me, my past. And so I decided to write it. And then I wanted to encourage other people to do the same thing.
Okay, now, can you tell me, I know you had some things going on in your life. Could you tell me what happened and what inspired you after the fact?
Sure. Last May 2018, I had found out that a good friend of mine had passed away I think at the end of March of 2000, around this time last year. And I didn't find out about her death until a month later. And it hurt me because I felt like I didn't have closure. So I toyed with the idea of suicide for a little bit. And then I also had some things happen to me in my past with sexual assault, domestic violence, and rape. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and write all my feelings down because I've got to let this go.
Right.
So that's why I came up with the idea to write the book. And it has actually helped me because I haven't had any thoughts of suicide or anything like that since then.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So now I noticed that you was talking about that you got sick and went to the hospital and you couldn't breathe, and it was some type of life exchanging experience. Could you explain that to me?
Sure. In November of 2018, just a couple of months ago, we had visited my in-laws in Detroit, Michigan. And on the way back in the airplane somewhere in Chicago, I got sick. I could not hardly hold my head up. By the time I got back to Huntsville, I was really sick. I was sick for 3 weeks, going in and out of the hospital back and forth, until on December the 14th, 2018, I was driving down University Drive and just went into respiratory failure. I had a lung that collapsed. I ultimately ended up in SICU on life support and a medically induced coma for 3 days.
Right.
And I just was a really sick person. And I'm still getting over those things, but I've gotten back into doing the things that I was doing, but I took 2 months off to rest and recover from that. But I ended up having strep throat, pneumonia, and a collapsed lung.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this. So now when you come back, and I know you have to work and stuff like that, how did you go about that?
It was hard because I have had some issues with my memory. from being under and in a coma for those 3 days. So my short-term memory isn't the best, but my long-term memory is. So now I'm finding that I have to write things down. I may have to record myself saying certain things because I just don't have the memory that I used to.
Right. Okay. So now here you are, live in color, writing a book.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So
It's a great thing.
let me ask you this now. What is your message to people about life?
My message to people about life is that life is too short. So if there's something that you want to do, do it. Don't wait for tomorrow, because I know firsthand that life is not promised tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised. So I don't take seconds, minutes, time. I don't any of that. I don't take for granted. If you got time with me to do something. Use that time to be productive in your life. If you want to lay down, lay down. If you want to, go out there and try to figure out a way to start a business, then do it. All we have is today. No one is promised to tomorrow. So my message is to tell everybody that you don't know when the next second, hour, you don't know what you have. All you know is that you have right now.
Wow. Good message right there. Okay, now let me ask you this. I also know that you're an event planner. So how can people get a hold of you on your events if they want an event to be planned? And how can somebody get that book you got to purchase it?
Okay. Perfect. So I have a website. It's called Tea with Tiffany, and the website is www.teawithtiffany.org. And on that website, you're able to see all the different events that I'm having, the lineup. I've hosted 13 events in Huntsville over the last 2 years so far. I have pictures. I have all kinds of different things going on. Also, there is a Shop With Me button at the top of the page where you can purchase the book there. The book is $20, and you're able to pay through PayPal or Cash App on that website.
Okay, then. All right. Now, I wanna spin off of what you was talking about to the people out there. I want y'all to understand that this lady right now is letting y'all know that you don't quit, you don't give up, you have faith, and you keep moving, and you only live once. So
That's
everybody, I want y'all to purchase this book. It's a must-have book. I done read it. It's very great, and everybody needs to read this book from Miss Draper, because I'm telling you, it's a very positive message, and if you don't get it, I don't gonna know what to tell you. Missing out.
You're missing out.
You're missing out. All right, Miss Draper, can you got any shout outs you want to give to anybody?
I just want to shout out to all of my other business owners and business partners. Thank you so much, Reggie, for having me. I want to shout out a good friend of mine, Tatiana Garner, with Garner's Custom Designs. We're just all one big group of entrepreneurs trying to help each other. So I appreciate you, Reggie. I do.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And the last question I want to ask you, Miss Draper, could you please tell me what's the baddest station in the land and the station that pays?
The baddest station in the land is the MC Reggie Fresh Morning Show.
And there y'all have it, folks. She's coming to you from Huntsville, Alabama, the author of She Didn't Quit Though, Miss Tiffany Draper, on the MC Reggie Fresh Morning Show.
This is the MC Reggie Fresh Morning Show.